Hello dear crypto friends, and welcome to this quite nasty day in the crypto market. It is not looking too good for Bitcoin. What is happening? Why is everything dropping? Let us take a look what's probably going to happen, where we are standing, and what we can expect in the coming days and weeks in this insane market. I have opened the weekly chart and we see the long-term trend channel, Bitcoin's long-term logarithmic trend channel. And what do we see here, friends? Oh God, the weekly candle as of now is not looking too nice. How low could we drop? Well, I've said a few times, worst case scenario I think is the weekly moving average of 290 weeks, which we hit back in March 2020. That is when we hit the weekly moving average of 290 weeks, which was back then at 3,845. Now it is at 17,000. But of course, we will not go down in a straight line, so it will take a few weeks probably if we would go down to that level, so that the weekly moving average has risen a bit. And then we can expect a worst case scenario of a bit over 17,000. We are super oversold already. We have said countless times, guys, this is looking crazy. We are super oversold on the RSI and on the stochastic RSI. These two indicators always measure how oversold or overbought an asset is. We have said, wow, this is insane. If we go back to the entire history of Bitcoin, we can see that we are now nearing all-time lows in the Bitcoin market. This is really going down back to levels, it appears, that we had in January 2015 and in November 2018, where we dipped below 30 in the RSI. Currently we are at 32.84. After this weekly candle close we could be at 31, and after next week's candle close we could really dip below 30 and go back to these historically low values that we only have seen 2 times in Bitcoin, which would probably indicate a super solid bottom. If we really go so low now, I'm still not 100% convinced, but if we should really go so low now, if the dollar index keeps pumping like a crazy maniac, and unfortunately right now it does appear so, then what would happen? We would really go here, and then you can be pretty sure that this would be a nice entry point into the market when the weekly RSI is so insanely oversold. But since we do not know, that's the way I will do it. I already started buying some crypto already 2 weeks ago, and I will continue doing so in small increments, because we do not know if we are not getting a surprise return, then that Bitcoin will do the same what it did here, right? From May 2021 until July 2021, where it pretended a few times that it will go lower, and we had those bounces all the time, and then Bitcoin didn't go really too much lower. So if we get a repeat of that, then we have such a situation. Of course, we could down to 24,000, 25,000 again, but might not go much lower. So since we don't know what kind of shape this bottom will have, it is a good idea to buy in small increments and cost average on the way down. And if we should really drop as low as the weekly moving average 290 weeks, which I drawed in here, if we should really go so low, then of course you can increase the increments with which you are buying cryptos, that is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the top altcoins. That is of course clear. I mean, that would be an insane opportunity, as insane as here in March 2020, as insane as in late 2018, as insane as here in August 2015, and as insane as in January 2015. This will be a crazy opportunity. Unfortunately, we do not know what will happen or how the bottom will look. We can only talk about probabilities, right? We can say, okay, everything is super oversold, but in the daily it can drop lower. Now it is already looking, if we open the daily chart, that the Bollinger Band is deforming. That is not a good sign, but of course it has done this here also from May 2021 to July 2021. So if we are lucky, we would get a repeat. If we are unlucky, of course, we could really go down now to the weekly moving average of 290 to 17,000. And that, if that happens, that is an insane buying opportunity. That is a crazy buying opportunity. That is a once in a lifetime chance, basically. That is a chance that comes only every few years. If we look to the RSI, that is really not happening very often. Now, if we go into the monthly chart, I think this looks as if the lower Bollinger Band could provide some support, right? We could wick down below the lower monthly Bollinger Band, but never ever in its entire history has Bitcoin touched the lower monthly Bollinger Band. So if we would touch it now, I think it would offer insane support, very strong support. So I think the green line here, the lower bound of this long-term logarithmic channel, is the lowest that we can wick down, as we wicked down in March 2020, right? A wick candle down in the monthly chart, and then we close probably at the lower Bollinger Band, and then go a bit sideways. We might see a second bounce lower and then go up. But of course, Bitcoin could make a fool of us, right? And now pretend that it will go lower, wick down a few times, bam, bam, and then go up higher. This would also be possible, but of course, friends, that will depend entirely on our good old friend here, the dollar index. Wow, the dollar index, it has started pumping because yesterday the CPI data was released. Inflation is brutally high, 8.6% year-over-year inflation in May 2022 as compared to May 2021, which is insanely high. That of course means everybody is now expecting the Fed to tighten like crazy, to continue increasing the interest rates, which in turn makes the dollar stronger. So what happens, of course, everyone is flocking into the dollar, and the dollar has started pumping. And look where it closed on Friday. Look where it closed yesterday, friends. It is crazy. Exactly at the 0.786 Fibonacci retracement level. So if I take this Fibonacci range from top to bottom in this latest dollar dump in the daily chart, we really get exactly the close at the 0.786. So it will decide in the coming days now, really next week, it will decide if the dollar index will continue pumping and surpass this high here, or if the dollar will be reversing at the 0.786 Fibonacci retracement level and go down further. This will be the big decision, friends, which will also decide the direction of Bitcoin for the coming weeks. I'm not joking. We are at a crossroads now. We are at a crossroads. If the dollar index continues pumping, it's not looking good for the crypto market. We could see a really brutal bear market. We could go down to the weekly moving average 290, Bitcoin to 17,000, Ethereum would go down, every altcoin would drop. It would be total carnage. If we go into the altcoin market cap, friends, it would look kind of insane. I think we are going down below this low here from June 2021, and if that happens, we normally unfortunately don't go down slightly below, but probably a bit more brutally below, and then we get a nice bounce, and then at some point we will continue to go to new highs. What is the worst case scenario, friends? Well, let us look at the Fibonacci levels here. The 0.236 Fibonacci level at 288 billion should offer some support. If we look at total 2, that includes Ethereum also. Friends, very bad news. We are making new lows here. We are going below the low in June 2021. So this probably most likely means that we are going lower, and here also the 0.236 Fibonacci level at 428 billion should provide some support. So it is looking kind of brutal right now. All coins are dumping like crazy. Cardano is dumping back into the 50-cent area. XRP is also dumping like crazy, and we said XRP is basically repeating what BTC did in 2020, like the March 2020 low of BTC, and we said it could go down to 15 cents without problems, recover, and then at some point it will go to new all-time highs, probably in 2023 or 2024 at the latest. So this is a really nice opportunity right now. We should not be so sad. Yes, it is annoying, it is brutal, but we had such situations so many times before where the crypto market tanked brutally. So this is an insane opportunity to load up on cheap coins. If we really go down to this support level, if Bitcoin really goes to such levels, friends, this is an insane opportunity to load up on cheap coins. I will certainly be doing so. I will of course not give you advice what you should do. Please make your own research, but I will certainly load up on cheap coins. So that was the overview for today. Tomorrow, of course, I will make a new update because tomorrow is the last day of the week and that is always an interesting time for action in the crypto market. If you found the information helpful, please like and subscribe. I will make daily updates on Bitcoin, the crypto market in general, many altcoins, also on the situation in the stock market, and try to understand what Bitcoin might be doing and give some guidance so that we understand where we are now with Bitcoin and the crypto market. Thanks friends, have a nice day and see you in the next video. Bye!